I'm Sebastian St. James. What is the best investment app ever? In a previous video, one of my viewers said, "Hi Seb, I flicked through a few of your videos now. Nice work. Clean approach to financial information on YouTube." Thanks, Joel. I'm in a position to invest a portion of my income into the ASX. Should I use an app, a broker? Which one should you go for? Well, there could be different ways of interpreting that same question, but I think this is what Joel is meaning. I have discovered a brand new app. It's just released on the market. It's available for both Android and Apple, and I'm very excited about it. It is the We Do It All For You app. Trademark pending. It has 5 funds to choose from. Oh, what are these funds? Option number 1 within the app is the I'm Scared of Investing fund. Oh, okay. It's ideal for newcomers. Only invests in safe assets. What are the assets? No, it doesn't let us know. They're as safe as houses, which sometimes do lose value, just saying. This is investment option number 1 within this app. What exactly are they holding? It doesn't matter. They're describing a personality type. Do you match that type that they're describing? If so, yes. If not, move on to the next one. Option 2, the I'm slightly timid, but I do watch finance videos fund. Oh yes. Ideal for first-timers who want some growth. Invest in growth assets. Invest in core stocks. But what they are, we won't tell you. Well, that's not much good. You're really not giving me any information here, other than you are nicely describing a personality type, and if you happen to identify with the way they're describing it, then you think, oh, that fund must be for me. What's the underlying assets? Shh, none of your business. Option number 3 is the I'm not boring, but I'm easily scared fund. Oh. It invests 100% in high-growth stocks. That's the not boring part. It goes 100% to cash if the market drops by 20%. Oh, that's the I'm easily scared part. It goes back into the market when our secret formula tells us to. What's the secret formula? Oh, we can't tell you. It's a secret. But if you read the label on the fund and its description, you think, yeah, I can identify with that, then just go along with it. Invest in it anyway. The next option is the Rocket Fund. What's that about? It's high growth, fully invested in the market at all times. Invests only in large cap stocks of our choosing. Why of your choosing? Well, because this is the Rocket Fund. This is where you don't have to make decisions for yourself. Otherwise, you wouldn't be joining up with the app in the first place. And it's called Rocket. And so that must be space age and futuristic. So obviously it must be good, right? The last fund is the No Parachute Fund. What's this about? Oh, super high growth, fully invested in all stocks, including micro caps. Interesting choice there. Risky, but also rewardy. Yes, I did just make up a new word. So there are your choices. This is a brand new app. It's very exciting. We have a fund to match each personality type. Which type are you? Have you decided yet? And of course, what goes on underneath the hood? You'll never know. Each fund has a description, but ultimately each fund is a black box where you don't know what's going on. Right now on the market, there exists these types of apps, like I've just described to you. They have a set number of funds, each based on a personality type or what you want to get out. What goes into the black box, we won't tell you. We'll just use lofty words, very vague descriptions. You choose the particular fund, the investment option based on your personality, and the work is done for you, right? Oh, absolutely wonderful. Or is it? These apps are designed to do the following. Be an easy way of investing. Well, they certainly are that. They're a type of no knowledge required investing. They give you a limited number of choices, say 4 or 5. They give you a sense of control. Well, they gave you 4 or 5 options. You chose one, didn't you? Obviously, you're in control. And they lock you into using their app. I have a problem with investment apps of this type for the following reason. Have you heard of the ColesWorth Grocery Club? No? Have I got an exciting opportunity for you? Oh, the ColesWorth Grocery Club. Aha. It comes with 4 amazing options to suit your family. Coles is in red, Worth's is in green. Interesting colour choice. So with the ColesWorth Grocery Club, you get to choose one of the following 4 options. Groceries for a hungry family. So presumably, if you're a hungry family, then you sign up with option number 1. Number 2, what a childless couple loves best. Their peace and quiet is what I suspect they love best. But if you fit that description, then you choose option number 2 in their grocery club. Option number 3, family with 2.4 children and a dog. If you match that description, then you choose option number 3. Option number 4, I get the munchies. You know what I mean? I have no idea what you mean, but that is option number 4. So as a part of the ColesWorth Grocery Club, you find out what your family is and then you select up to the option and you send them all your grocery money. What a brilliant idea. No, what a terrible idea. The ColesWorth Grocery Club gives you only 4 options. Did you know there are thousands of groceries to choose from? Not just 4, but they're the options they're giving you in this club. You pick the trendy label that describes you best, in other words, what type of family you are. You're never allowed to make another decision about groceries again. But what happens if I want some Cheezels? Too bad, you've made the option, you're now stuck with it. Did you know that even if you fit a particular label, the type of family you are, you may not like the same groceries as all other people who fit that label? Fancy that, but apparently that could be true by using your ignorance. We get to choose the most expensive groceries that give us the most fees, and you get whatever we choose to give you. And number 5, you're totally locked into ColesWorth. See groceries you like somewhere else? Too bad, we've already got your grocery budget tied up. Counterpoint, isn't that what happens with an ETF? You do not get to choose what the ETF buys. Well, this is true, but there is a difference. This is a ColesWorth Grocery ETF. I'm excited. Will deliver to you 500 different grocery types. That's an awful lot. That's like the entire store. More popular grocery items will come in larger amounts. So, milk, eggs, Tim Tams, like that, you get larger quantities of them. Less popular grocery items will come in smaller amounts, like kale, all bran, and party balloons. So there's a big difference. With the grocery club, basically you match your family type, and then the club itself, the app, chose exactly what groceries you're going to get. And they could pick and choose. It's totally arbitrary. With the grocery ETF, you're basically buying all the groceries. And sure, the quantities may be slightly different, but you're basically buying the entire store. When you buy an ETF, it's exactly the same. You're buying the entire market, or at least a great big chunk of it, 80%, 90% of the entire market. You're not trying to match your personality type based on an arbitrary set of stocks that someone else is choosing. What about LICs, listed investment companies? So an LIC is actually just a company. It happens to be listed on the ASX. So it's like the Commonwealth Bank. The purpose of an LIC, a listed investment company, is to choose some stocks. It's basically a managed fund where a manager gets to choose the stocks. You get to choose whether you buy the LIC or not, but once you buy it, you have no control over what they do. It's totally a black box from your point of view. A black box, of course, is something which you can't see into or you have no control over, perhaps in this case. Being a company, although they act like a mutual fund where investment decisions are made, they're a company and therefore you can buy or sell their stock just like you would any other company on the ASX. Here's a list of some of the LICs on the ASX right now. Australian Foundation Investment Company, AMCIL, Argo, Australian United Investment Company, and the list go on and on. It's basically the older version of an investment app where you give them all the money based on their nice pretty title and they get to choose what they want to do with it underneath. It is a black box that you have no control over. In a sense, you could say that Berkshire Hathaway is a black box because they really do operate like an LIC. Now, they are an insurance company as well, so they do have normal course of business going on. That is true. That makes them slightly different to an LIC, but a lot of it comes from their holding company, which holds subsidiaries and holds large amounts of parcels in other listed companies. And yet we buy black boxes every day. They're called stocks. BHP, you do not have control over what they're going to mine. It is a black box from your point of view. So, if I'm allowed to buy the black boxes, which we call shares, am I now allowed to buy LICs? Yes. If the LIC is 1/200th of your holdings, or some proportionally small amount, then yes, you can basically treat it as any other stock. On the other hand, if you're going to see that LIC and say, "Ooh, you should take 50% of my money," it's exactly like doing that with an app. Choosing a fund on an app that you have no control over what goes on. Could I take one of these investment apps where every choice is a black box? We've discussed that. And invest, say, 1/200th of my wealth in there? Well, you could if you wanted to. I mean, it then becomes the same as any other stock. That's not exactly what the app wants from you. They want a large chunk of your wealth and they want to then divvy it up and do what they want with it. You do you. What about apps from a stockbroker. I know they exist. That's a different type of app. So now we moved away from investment apps who's designed to give you 4 or 5 different choices and then take your money and then lock it in, to apps that actually just allow you to have another way of accessing the website, more or less. So an app from a major brokerage, if it allows you to buy and sell every share on the entire market, every ETF on the entire market, that's perfectly okay. So what is the best available investment app right now? Well, here it is. The best investment app is one that allows you to buy a full range of stocks and ETFs, has low fees, and uses CHESS Holdings if you're buying ASX stocks. CHESS Holdings? What's CHESS? Well, CHESS stands for the Clearinghouse Electronic Subregister System. CHESS is a computer system operated by the ASX, the Australian Stock Exchange, that facilitates the transfer of a security's legal ownership from a seller to a buyer. The advantage of CHESS, and a big advantage, is if your broker goes bankrupt tomorrow, they don't actually hold the shares for you. CHESS is where your ownership is registered and therefore you are protected. It's an absolutely brilliant system. If you buy shares from overseas, like the US market, you'll actually have a custodian. A custodian company is a company that actually legally owns the shares, on behalf of you, of course. But if they go bust, if they have problems, in theory, there could be some issues down the track. If you're buying ASX shares and you do it through an agent that has CHESS registration, in other words, most brokers in Australia, but perhaps not all of them, so if there's an international broker, check whether your shares are going to be registered with CHESS or not, then you are totally protected. This video has been about investing on the ASX, but what is the best index fund on the ASX right now? Click here to find out.